Hey, welcome everyone to Real Life All Day Every Day. I am your host, Morgan.
And I am your co host, Jennifer.
We are excited to have you here for our conversation today, and so this is episode one. It's good to have you here, Jennifer.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
How have you been?
Oh, I've been pretty good. It's been a pretty hot summer here. 90s, hundreds, a little over 100 for, I don't know, half the week. Usually it seems to be that way. Um,
That's true.
Lot of stuff going on in the world. A lot of good stuff and a lot of bad stuff.
That's very true.
Anything is stands out in your mind that you were shocked by in this last week that's been in the news?
I'm trying to think of what I've seen in the news recently. Not a ton of good news, but
Well, I think the Taylor Swift thing was probably big news.
yeah.
That planned terrorist attack, and it's just so hard to believe that that's what is happening in our world. You know,
Yeah.
it really is. And you see all those people going to concerts, not just hers, but all of the concerts of any kind where large crowds of people gather. It just makes you wonder, what can we do to keep ourselves and our family safe?
Yeah.
And there isn't one answer, right?
Yeah.
You know,
That's true.
I guess stuff happens, but that's kind of a blanket way of thinking about it. Stuff happens, yeah, but this is different.
I mean, it's people's lives we're talking about.
Yeah. Um, but we have to respect other people's beliefs and what they're doing, even though it doesn't seem really great to us when we see it happening. And just glad that they caught whoever these individuals are.
That's true. Yeah, because it wasn't one, it was multiple.
Yeah. So that was one thing in the news. Of course, politics is everything, all the time. It's just com- comedy, comedians. They are never going to run out of good stuff
True.
if they just looked at politics, and they don't. They look at everything.
Yeah.
Um, but we're never going to say like we can. I don't know, comment on politics here and there, but I don't want to influence anybody on how they can vote, or all I care about is that people actually do vote.
Yeah.
I think that's probably more important than anything. We're all smart enough, right, to learn about the issues and the candidates and make up our own minds. Is that how you do it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So how do you learn about them?
Watching the news,
Oh,
reading
good.
reading articles.
Okay, that's not bad. Do you get reliable news sources?
Yeah.
Okay, you know there's only really two reliable news sources.
Yeah, that's true.
AP and Reuters.
Yep.
And so when people talk about, oh, CNN, Fox News, well, those are actually businesses. And so um, you have to be careful. I know that AP going to college and stuff was always pointed out. The AP and Reuters are the two who provide the news for
Yeah.
all of those others.
Yeah.
And so that's the facts.
Yeah.
And I guess that's only one thing I want to say about politics is how do people, it's just something to think about. How do people get so blinded and misled by one or the other candidate? It doesn't matter. Um, just believing what a candidate says rather than wanting to know what are they going to do.
Yeah.
I want to hear answers to those questions. What do you plan to do? realistically and don't make promises that are unrealistic. I mean, there are issues in this country.
Yeah.
There are oh, don't get me started. That's yeah, we'll have to stop there with that one. But can you believe we're this far out from pandemic times?
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, it's still a thing. It's always going to be around still.
Yeah. Well, and
Just
it
not
is,
as crazy as it's been.
but their numbers have been rising this summer. I don't know
That's true.
if people are paying attention to it, but I noticed that the numbers were rising. And it's easy to check when you're wondering about these things. Just go to the CDC website and see, or the World Health Organization. It's another one. Man, I'm just like reeling off these sources, right? Because I think it's so important, especially kids today, to know where to go for a
Yeah.
reliable source.
Yeah, that's very true.
And I guess it was never a question in the past. We just assumed we could trust media.
I mean, yes. In a sense, yeah. I grew up thinking I could trust the media. But then again, I grew up in a time where, you know, cell phones and smartphones and computers and tablets and laptops, they were all starting to pop up everywhere. And you kind of kept me from that, in a sense, I guess.
Yeah.
You kind of shaded me from the reality of what was going on in the world, and it wasn't until a few years ago that I really like was like, okay, I should know what's going on. I should be reading about things, and I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's important. And oh, I sort of protected you from some of that because I'm your mother.
That's true.
And between us, is there 35-year difference in our age? Oh my
35
word.
years.
I
But
don't.
that doesn't necessarily mean you're 35 years wiser.
I don't look like I'm 35 years older than you.
uh,
And I definitely don't act like it.
True.
And I'm proud about that.
Oh my gosh.
I'm proud about that. But when there were important things in the news, I did like let you know about it. Like, for example, 9/11, there was no way to not talk
Yeah.
to you guys about that, you and your sister. Um, because it was on TV at your schools.
Yeah.
Well, you're both in the same school then, I think.
No.
Oh, she was in. Okay.
She was in middle school at the time. I think I'm Mount Logan.
Okay.
Maybe
Well,
she was. Yeah, maybe we were. I really don't remember. It's been so long.
yeah, I just remember that day and how it was so hard to take you. I took you to school that day, but it was really hard to just drop you guys off at your schools and just trust that everything's going to be okay with both of you, you know?
Yeah.
And that's how every day is, you know, real life is things do happen and we don't always have control over it, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to be responsible for all these things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in that sense, you kind of have to, it's how you react in the moment of those things happening. Are you going to potentially be like a person who protects, or are you going to be a person who hides and tries to keep themselves safe?
Yeah. Well, it's like that. Was it a meme we saw today? Is that what it was called? I can't keep up on all these things, but the
I
little
mean,
girl, the mom, said something about, "Are you going to be part of the solution or part of the problem?"
oh yeah,
Remember that
yeah.
one? What did
Hmm.
she say?
She was gonna be the whole problem.
And I think, uh, we have to take a little bit of a breath and laugh once in a while, even in the hard times. Like
Yeah.
that girl, she just knew what she wanted to do that day, and um, they say, I've heard this saying in the past, whatever you focus on expands.
Hmm.
So if we're just always focusing on, you know, something negative during the day, then that's what our thoughts will turn to. And it's hard to get out of that, thinking when, like when 9/11, it was hard to feel like, oh, we're going to be okay, things will be okay, because none of us knew how that was going to happen.
Yeah.
We all had to live through that day and the days after, and we weren't even directly affected. So I
Yeah.
can't even imagine others who.
Well,
Uh,
and that was the day that was one of maybe just a few of those days that really changed the course of America,
yeah,
changed the course of the U.S.
it really did. It made you a little bit more wary
Yep, that is true.
of who can you trust, and also I think it brought some fear, a little bit of fear to the general population. But I think we've probably worked through that now. Um,
Yeah.
but our day to day here, let's see, what's our most top priority for us to think about today or to worry about? Not that we have to worry, but
Well, I mean, just in general, where we're at now, you know, once a month we always know that we have rent due.
mm-hmm,
We have. Um, I have work every day.
yeah,
Um, that I'm scheduled anyway. Um, but over the summer, we haven't really done much other than hang out inside, and which it's been nice.
yeah.
It's been nice, but I I'm one of I'm been wanting to go somewhere, but I'm like, mm, not right now.
I know we need to plan a vacation, even if it's just a 3 or 4 day weekend.
Yeah,
We need it. I think. Um, I don't know. When I was a kid, sometimes we did have vacations that were a week or two,
yeah,
but now I think it's just so nice when we could take a long weekend and just go to down to Salt Lake or go to a city or whatever, and just have that break, you know.
yeah.
Um, and we all need that because I think uh, as Americans, there's definitely seems to be a lot more stress that you can feel in general. And now, thinking about some of our neighbors who are elderly, and I think about them and I wonder, what are they worried about? What are they afraid about? How's their everyday life? And I don't know that we often think about our neighbors as much as we could.
Yeah,
I know some of them look really lonely. Some of them we don't even see much, so they don't get out.
that's
And
true.
we need to care about these elderly people. And I am not elderly, by the way.
I see a few gray hairs.
Stop it. I still have brown
Mm.
hair,
You
brownish hair,
still
and
have,
some
you
blonde
still,
highlights.
yeah.
Natural.
It's natural
Blonde,
blonde.
white blonde highlights. Yeah.
Oh man.
One thing we want to let our listeners know is we want to uplift your days. We do talk about serious things, but we laugh a lot, don't we?
You do.
It's not even like we try. It's just
It's just natural.
it's natural, and I'm grateful for that.
Well, and it's always good to have, even if it's just a little bit of fun or like a little bit of laughter after a serious conversation that really kind of sets the tone and changes the mood a little
Yeah.
bit.
And we're going to talk about all kinds of things in here, not just like what's in the news, but I think it's important to touch base with what's in the news
Yeah.
a little bit. And then we're going to talk about all kinds of stuff like tiny houses, because we do own a tiny house on wheels, and what's going on with that, and other things we're interested in, like, sports. We'll try to not be too talkative about sports. We have a couple favorite teams, if anybody wants to know. That would be a good first time kind of thing to do, is try and guess. We want you to try and guess who our favorite NFL, MLB, and NBA. Any others?
I mean, you don't really watch many other sports. I mean, I would probably, for me, say like the NHL.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
I do watch some teams.
And Utah has a professional hockey team now.
But this will be their first season, so
It's
who
going to be
knows?
exciting. It's exciting. And even we'll throw in when we find other things find fun to do around here. This is the week of the fair, Cache County Fair, and there's so many little things going around the valley that happen in the little, like back east in Cleveland, we'd call them suburbs.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not. They're just little towns on the outskirts of the main big city, right? And there's just so many interesting things about life to talk about, and so many reasons to be grateful to be alive. And we also have, like, she's not a co-host, but she's always going to be here, and her name is Maisie, and she is a miniature schnauzer, and you might hear her bark sometime, because we are giving you the real thing, real life, all day, every day. We're not going to cut her out. But if she starts barking, I'm going to grab her.
No BS here, that's for sure. Just us being our normal selves, expressing our daily feelings about what's going on in the real life.
Yeah. And there you go, you got to hear one. And our listeners, if you have topics you'd like us to discuss, or you'd like us to have maybe a call-in show sometime, please let us know. We just want to make it enjoyable for you, and we want to lift your day and bring a smile to your face, and hopefully we can make you laugh. And is that our sign off?
I guess that is our sign off.
We just can't wait to hear from you all, and we will see you next time.
Yeah. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.